It's a good one. I call this paradoxical sadhana. I coined that term. I realized, I don't know when I realized it, but I realized it, that there were certain tendencies, certain energies in me, man, I couldn't suppress. I couldn't just step over them. I couldn't use some conditioned moral compass and say, you know what, this isn't spiritual and I shouldn't do it, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I realized there's some things, man, you cannot just step over like that. The power isn't there. The energy to do them is stronger than your will to not do them or your will to be spiritual. And it didn't matter. Didn't matter how many asanas I did, and mudras and bandhas and kriyas and pranayama, and it just didn't matter. Bhajans and mantras and japa, didn't matter. In fact, it made it worse. There's some things I, for karmic reasons, needed to go experience. For example, I remember early 30s, I was in Thailand, and I was at the Lucky Guest House. I think they went out of business. And at that time, I was doing the normal routine sadhana, spiritual practice. In the morning, I would do things. In the evening, I would do some pranayama and meditation. I did that for a few years. Had my yoga program, had it all, the whole spiritual setup. And it's good. Like, it's okay to do those things. It depends. Like, if we're totally just out there, we need something to help get us, you can say, grounded or balanced on a certain level. So it was necessary, and I'm glad I learned the yoga program from my authentic, non-commercial individual teacher who I met in India. He was from Iran. And so he taught me those, and I still do them when it comes spontaneously, but it's no longer a strict regimen. But back then it was. And so I just got to Thailand, and I was doing my evening meditation, do pranayama, then do meditation, and I couldn't relax. Why? Because I wanted to know what it's like to go experience the soapy massage. I'd heard about the soapy massage, and I wanted to know what that was like. I was excited, It's like, whoa, I wonder what that's like. So I forced it. I forced not doing it for, I don't know, a week, a few days or something. Then finally, I'm like, this sucks, man. This isn't working. Like, I can't like fast my way beyond this karma, or spiritual practice my way, or spiritual discipline myself out of this. It's too much. It was in my mind, it was in my body, it was everything. I wanted to know what it's like. So I got on my motorcycle, went down there and experienced it. Although we pretty much just ended up talking the whole time. I just interviewed her. I got a massage, but I didn't really do anything else. Not because I thought it was wrong. No, it's just I didn't want to. I had more fun talking to her and interviewing her and asking her, like, do you enjoy it? Do you like it? And she did, actually. She's like, man, I can make so much money doing this. I'm not gonna do this forever. I'll do it for a little bit and then I'll quit, and I'm helping my mom, and I bought a phone, and I'm saving up for a car, and most of the customers are cool because it's a higher end place. And I'm like, she gave me a different perspective. She wasn't like forced into it in, some gnarly way. So anyway, after I went, then I came back home and I had a nice meditation. Why? Because the mind was relaxed. It wasn't bouncing around with all this rajas, this restlessness. And so back then, me and my Indian friend, we would always share, have satsang all the time, still do. And that's when I carved out the word paradoxical sadhana. Means like you're doing things that your shadow side's coming out, and on paper it looks shadowy. Oh, shouldn't do that. It's not spiritual. Paradoxical sadhana is you actually make that a spiritual practice. What does it mean? I was just doing a private session with somebody yesterday, and we were talking about that. He come to realize that too. It's like, man, there's some things you can't fight. Now, do I need to throw the disclaimer in and say, like, if you're gonna hurt somebody or yourself, like, do I really gotta say that? I'm talking to people who have common sense here. So we were talking about that, and he was like, yeah, I know, man. And I'm like, yeah, I know too. And Osho was the first one I heard that actually broke that down. I like him because he's very unconventional and he likes to stir things up. There's people, it's funny nowadays, people believe so much what they read and what they hear, but they don't even know anything. Did you meet Osho? Were you with him? Did you talk one-on-one? This is how I know if I make my judgment how somebody is, not what the media says and what the videos say and all that stuff. You know how many factors are involved that create such situations that the media can label as negative, or like. But this comes with living wisdom, and as one matures and stays on this planet long enough, you just come to realize nothing is what it portrays usually. But I remember his analogy or his story. I forgot the name of the book. I think he told this story in the Book of Secrets. And he said a guy came to him and wanted to know how to stop killing people, because he said, I don't want to do it anymore. And I try to make myself not do it, but I keep doing it. He says, look, do this. Keep killing. It's okay. He says, but next time you kill, you be super conscious when you're doing it. You watch yourself, feel yourself, how it feels. You look at the person. You make everything super conscious. He used to tell kind of extreme stories to get his point across. I like that. I belong to the same archetype. I do the same thing. So that's why we get along. I synergize with his style. So I started applying that to this, to when this shadow side comes out. And in the previous example I gave, you can say that's in the lust category, but you can apply it to anything. Any addiction or bad habit or shadow aspect of yourself that you feel is obstructing you from coming into your true nature or realizing the serenity that's buried inside you, any of these things covering that up, but yet you can't stop doing them, practice paradoxical sadhana. You do them and you watch and have the full experience. You taste the poison from doing it deeply, and then you let consciousness, you let the divine work this out. Let this karma be worked out. Now, can you use it as a justification and rationalization to keep indulging in habits and addictions that you know you should get rid of, all the while saying, yeah, I'm doing paradoxical sadhana? Yeah, man, the mind can justify anything. You need enough intelligence and wisdom and self-honesty to see, are you doing that or not? And you need to do both. You watch yourself do what you're trying to get rid of and that you know is not so auspicious for you. That's one aspect. You watch that. At the same time, you try to exercise some amount of will also and see and check. Is it time? Do I have the inner strength now to just stop doing these things? And try. It's both. It's paradoxical. That's why I use that word. The mind can't understand it. This is why one has to, we will, because of law of evolution, we will get to a point where we understand things beyond the level of mental understanding, because we have to. When we talk about spiritual evolution and all these things, this is not on the level of mental understanding. It's so beyond that it's a waste of time to even talk on a mental level. That's why there's some time people ask questions coming from their mind. I can see very clear they're super identified with their mind. Like they ask, like, what happened? How do you know, like, after the body dies that you go on and that's it? They cannot assimilate the answer, because the answer it's higher than the level of the mind. It's a waste of time to even give the answer. These people will find these things out for their own selves as law of evolution continues. So that's the sadhana, that's the practice. You do both. You watch the shadow side, you watch your vasanas, your karma being played out. You see, you just check and see, is this fun? Is this like great? Wow, this is so good. I'm gonna do this forever. Or is it kind of like, this is like sucking my life force, eating it up. I like feel down and like shit afterwards. Like, is that what it's doing? Or is it a little of both? Well, I get a strong euphoric hit for a little bit, followed by a longer downness. And then I have to recuperate. It takes time to recuperate the life force that I lost from doing these things. You pay attention to all that, not afterwards. Also pay attention afterwards, but pay attention when you're doing it. Pay attention even before you get ready to go do it. I was paying attention as I was driving my motorcycle to the massage place. I was checking, how do you feel? Well, you feel really excited. You're anticipating this thing. At the same time, wisdom new is like, you know that this ain't nothing. You know it's going to be a waste of time. You know you're going to get done. You know the only reason you're doing it is to shut your mind up. Like, you know that, right? Driving the motorcycle. Yeah, I know. Okay, why don't you like turn around then? Because it's like, I have to go experience it. Okay, go experience it, but pay attention. This is the kind of dialogue I'd be having. This is the only way I didn't do it, but the only way that these things were transcended. Transcended means they're no longer an issue, man. If I went to Thailand today and I was in my hotel, that vasana is not going to come with any kind of power. It's probably not even going to come as a thought, because the mind knows it can't get me. The mind comes and vasanas come when something in you bites, when that karma's there, then it'll come for you. So it's not like the bad mind. No, that's in you. The mind's just exposing it, or the ego, or whatever you want to call it. I'm free of that today. I'm free of it, and there's some people on the Beyond the Alchemy channel. For those who don't know, I think most of you know, I have a channel that talks about preserving our sexual energy, because that's a huge plus when it comes to those who want to wake up spiritually. We need energy and life force. Otherwise, we're too dull to get any kind of downloads or to go through the transformational process. So that's why I made that channel. But a lot of them, they don't understand how you can be free. And I'm like, of course you can't understand how. I also couldn't understand how. You have to wait until the happening happens, and then you still don't understand how. Not totally. You understand it had something to do with grinding through, and also grace touching you. Like, what else are you gonna say about it? But see, too many people deny their darkness. They pretend it's not there, or they fight it, or they rationalize and justify it. You know, every time I make a video about like lust or something, there's so much justification sometimes in the comments, like, no, but lust is natural and we need it and God put it in us, and otherwise, like, how can we enjoy our partner? And you know, that level of thinking, because they don't understand. They don't understand. I can enjoy a woman so much better today because I don't have the lust. Like, is there something in you, in those people who don't understand, is there, when I say that, is there something in you that responds like, oh yeah, maybe there is a way? Or are you so closed and identified with your habit that it's like, no, I don't even want to look at this habit yet and see that it's destructive for me, so I'm just going to pretend it's actually healthy for me. We're all at different levels. I'm talking to the higher level people here because that's my thing. But there's all levels that come to this channel. So if you're in a place where you're doing things that you know you can say are obstructing you, then good. That means your self-honesty has awoke to some degree. You admit to yourself, yeah, I'm doing these things and I probably shouldn't be doing them, but I can't stop doing them. That's much higher level than justifying and rationalizing and lying to yourself and using stupid internet propaganda to fuel you staying stuck in delusion. So, good. If you're in that place and you can't seem to like get out, you can't seem to shake off these negative tendencies and habits, then you do what I'm suggesting. You pay attention when you're doing them. At the same time, you exercise some will also, and you check to see, can I let these things go yet? Oh, I let them go now for a month. I relapse after a month, but usually I'd relapse every week. Good, that's progress. And you clean your life up, and you do things in your life that give you life force. The more life force you have, the stronger your inner and intestinal fortitude will be, so humid out, so that your will gets stronger. These vasanas and tendencies exist deeper than our willpower. This is why you can't just will it away. You understand? You have to go through the evolutionary grind, and grace has to do for you what you can't do for yourself, if you want to put it simply. And at some point you're going to see that you're like, damn, all this energy that used to be channeling in to doing these, you can say, destructive things, it's like now I have surplus energy because I'm not doing those things. It's not like the energy dies. No, it gets converted, transmuted. That energy now is available to go do something else. Whatever you're supposed to do, I use it to make videos and to do this YouTube business, because this business takes so much damn energy. I can see why. There's no way I could have did this in the past when I was engaged and trapped in karma. I just couldn't have done it. I wouldn't have had the time, the energy, the authenticity vibration wouldn't have been there. There's just no way I could have did it. So you find let it be revealed to you what you do with that energy. That can be another issue. You know, that's why some people relapse, because they have all this energy now. They don't know what to do with it, and so then they end up relapsing. That's part of the deal. Yeah, I know. I did too. Trust that in the end you win. All right? You have to experience this thing. You're trying to get to the home base, but you gotta go up and down and around, and all right, you just trust that. Let it play out like that. If one authentically wants freedom, inner freedom, you're going to experience inner freedom, and you don't have to go through all this again once you get through it. That's guaranteed. So who cares? Go through it once. It's like being in boot camp in the military. You only got to go through that once. I didn't mind boot camp. I wanted to leave after boot camp because I was done. I just wanted to experience boot camp, because I realized pretty quick I couldn't. This was a fantasy I had, because I watched Rambo and I wanted to go do what he did. But then I realized when I got in the military, I'm like, okay, that's not reality. So then I was ready to get out. But you can't, because they signed a contract. But I beat it. I went in with an ace up my sleeve. All right, I'll see you guys.